Hey, what's up guys? This is Steve at DG Machine. I want to show you how to program the dip switches on a Chamberlain remote. This is only really made for the people searching for this type of thing because I saw that there was a need for it on the internet. The instructions with this remote tell you how to program a modern programmable situation with like program buttons, and you synchronize with your system. But doing dip switches is different. On an old style dip switches, you just switch it and then that tells the button what to send out. But on these remotes, you set the dip switches, and then when you program the remote, it takes that signal into itself. It's just an interface to program, not the actual thing it sends out. So you got to set the dip switches, program the remote, and then it'll work like normal, even if you change the dip switches, because it's internally programmed. These are simple. This is a program button, the little black button you see inside. The dip switches are your interface, and these are the two buttons that you get to program. For example, you could change these switches and then program that one separately, and these will have different programming. So this is just an interface. All right, so I had to use logic to figure this out. Okay, so what you have to do, let's say I want to program this button. You can choose either one. You hold down the program button until the blue light comes on at the top middle. See, it's on. So now there's a certain number of presses you have to push whichever one you want to do. And the reason for that is because there's different encryption between the units. So this is like a lift master, and you know, there's some sort of list they'll tell you, oh, this one's 14 hits or this one's 5 hits, but they're all different, and I think that's the source of a lot of people's problems. So this one I figured out to be 16, and I had to go through trial and error to figure it out. So I hold this, now it's ready to take in the code, it's just on standby. I'm gonna hit this 16 times, and you can go from 1 to 100 if you wanted. When you hit the right number, it will open the gate. My gate was not opening because the signal isn't that strong, and I had to figure out that if I hit 1, for example, 1, see it beeps for a couple times and turns off. 2, it does the same thing. 10 will be a long beep. I think that's to show you where you're at. But the thing is, if you hold it, this is 3, hold it, it can go as long as I want on number 3. So I use this to my advantage because my pickup wasn't picking it up that well. So on I had to go through all of them. Number 16, I long held it and eventually picked it up and indicated that it was correct. This should be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on the 10th it'll be a little bit different. 10, just to show you where you're at. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and on the 16th I'm going to hold it to get it to open. Maybe it's 17. Damn train. So anyway, mine was 17, I was mistaken. But that's a pretty good indication of how I could use it to my advantage. I didn't know and I still figured it out. So it is on 17, the same encryption that I chose. And now I can press this button, the program button the second time, it'll turn off the light, and then now it will work like normal. So once this gate starts to close, I'll stop it by hitting the button, and it's normally programmed now. Once it starts to close, okay, I'm gonna hit my button. It works like normal now.